All right, y'all, so today we are going to look into how to calibrate dialysate pressure. The reason why I'm making this video is I had someone on TikTok, they asked me about it because they have issues. And the issue is, we've probably all seen it before, but we go in to calibrate and then on the screen it gives us an operator error. So I'm going to further explain why you're seeing that. So right now we're in dialysis and we have an 800 flow rate up here in the top right corner. Now if we were to cut this machine off, go straight into service mode and calibrate, we're going to get an operator error. Reason being, during that calibration, it wants to calibrate it at a 500 flow rate. But for some reason, when you cut the machine off and it was running at an 800, it locks in that 800 flow rate during that calibration, and then that's what is giving us the operator error. So what you have to do is you have to turn the machine on, bring it up in dialysis, and we need to change that from 800 to 500. Turning the machine on now, and we are waiting for our window to hit the enter button. This is how you get into service mode. If you are a tech or a nurse out on the floor, you do not need to go into service mode for anything. Let me be very clear about that. So you get to 2%, we're kind of waiting for that 11%, and then we start hitting enter. And now we're in service mode. We're gonna go ahead and get everything set up. So what we've got here, we've got our 90XL meter with our pressure gauge, pressure module attached to it. And then to do this calibration, we have to have a 4-way. So we're gonna go straight to the calibration. You're gonna go to calibrate sensors, pressure transducers, and dialysate pressure. So now we're going to get ready and we're going to hook this up. So we're going to take our Hansons out of the shunt door and connect them to the 4-way. And we're just going to hang it right here on the dialyzer holder. The instructions tell you what to do. So if you look up here, we're going to connect it. We're going to shut our shunt door, and then we need to let it run for at least a minute so we don't have any air in the system. So right now it's running. We have our flow bob down here, it's moving. That lets us know that we are flowing. And we're just gonna let it run for a minute. What I like to do is I'll take it off and I'll just kind of shake it. You wanna get all the air out that you can get. All right, so looking at the 90XL, what I always like to do is I put my meter in rapid response. So you go to menu, scroll down to rapid response, and then select it. What that's going to do is that's going to give you a more real-time reading. It sucks up your battery on your meter, but it gives you a more real-time reading and you can be more accurate when calibrating pressures. This is our pressure module right here. So you have a gauge side and you have a ref side. Do not hook up to the ref side. You need to always hook up to the gauge side. So what we're going to do is we're just going to connect it up. What I like to do is I'll leave it hanging because that is about the height of that transducer that we're actually getting ready to calibrate. The transducer that we're calibrating is the dialysate pressure transducer, which is number 9. Now, the other side is going to go to a 50 milliliter syringe. What I like to do is I go ahead and I just pull a little bit back and then I connect it up. Reason being, we've got to zero this out right here. So we need to tell the machine what 0 is on the meter. So we're going to pull back where it's 17. And then all we do when this meter hits 0 is we're going to hit enter. Now what we're going to do is we hit enter and we have to hold the pressure back at -250, and then we need to hit enter to lock that in. So we're going to pull back to -250, get it on the meter right here. When we reach negative 250 on the meter, I'm just going to hit enter to lock it in. And we've accepted the calibration now. All you do now is you're going to lift your shunt door, take your lines off, and we're going to connect them back up to the shunt door. Close the door, turn your dialysate pressure back on. We've got our bob moving over here on the side, and then just hit enter. And that's the calibration. If you ever do this calibration and you're in here and you get an operator error message, go back out into dialysis, change your flow rate from an 800 to a 500, hit enter, lock it in, and then come back and do this calibration, and it will work. For some reason, it was between the 2.72 function software and the 2.74, this machine kind of glitches out and carries over an 800 flow rate into this calibration when it should be carrying over a 500. So I hope this helps better explain things.